We're gonna have a funeral for your plan B and your plan C and D all the way through Z. So many of my friends have been experiencing layoffs. The job market is total shit. Going on LinkedIn is mental overload when you are trying to figure out your next steps and you know deep down in your heart that you want to build something of your own. You might not know exactly what that exact business or that project or that creative pursuit is, but you have this feeling, you have this gut feeling and this intuition that you are meant to build something. But what do we do? What do? We start focusing and putting all of our energy in our backup plans. Before we even start plan A, which is pursue the thing that I know deep down I want to create, I want to build, that spiritual vocation or that calling, that purpose, we put all of our energy into the backup plan and how we are going to save ourselves if plan A doesn't work. And I've been having a lot of conversations with friends around this, and I got laid off a year ago, and it is such a mixed bag of feelings. I've been laid off 3 times in my career, so it is a roller coaster of nuance and emotion. But something I tell all my friends who are in that boat of wanting to build something but not knowing exactly what they want to build or how they want to do it, I always tell them that this layoff happened for you. It didn't happen to you. When you got laid off, you thought, okay, this is my security blanket. I like that the universe cut off your security blanket, your security net, but it actually isn't that. What's happening is something energetically much, much deeper. When I got laid off, there was a deep knowing inside me that knew that the layoff happened because I was too afraid to build while I was working full time. I tried that and I just didn't have anything in the tank to give. And so when the layoff happened, there was this understanding that I had with myself that, oh, okay, the universe is pushing me off the cliff and telling me, okay, now you have freedom of time. Obviously, with layoffs, it can be complicated when you have financial restraint and you got bills to pay. Like, there's no if, and, or buts about it. Like, you need to pay your bills and take care of yourself. There's that layer, of course. But if you are not in a position where you are completely backs up against the wall, strapped for cash, and you have just even a little bit of time, whether that's a month or 2 months, now is the time to build your thing. And what we do, and what I see a lot of friends do, is fill up this space that was given to us. We got laid off or we left our job so that we can have this freedom, this flexibility of time, because time is everything. Time is our life. Our aliveness gets filled in the time. And so we now have this freedom of time, and our default programming is to want to fill it up with more things. And those more things end up being coming up with the backup plans. As plainly as possible, I want to put this to you. If you put your energy in the beginning of your entrepreneurship and your creative journey in the backup plan, your plan A will never actually happen. You have to give the plan A time to breathe, time to cook. You need to first marinate that shit, like, to be completely honest. You need to have the time and the patience and the love and the conviction for your plan A before you start working on the plan B and C all the way. You know what I mean? I really want you to hear me when I say this. Now is the time. Like, now is the time to really focus on your plan A, which is, what is your true heart's desire? What is it that you want to build? and really think about the limitless possibilities of what you can make. Don't just look at social media or think about what people in your circle are doing or people that you follow. What are they doing? What's worked for other people? Now is the time to get still and to stay in that emptiness of that time and space, and stay in that emptiness and be still and allow this stillness to help cultivate that creative fire, help cultivate that inner fire and that inner intelligence that you have. And spending time to study yourself and study what's worked and what hasn't worked in the past, regardless of if you've attempted to build something or not. We all have life's experience. I get so fired up when I see my friends talk about how much they need to set aside time to come up with a realistic plan so that they can make money. And these are people who do have runway and do have a little bit of time, but we shrink that time when we add that fear layer in, because the reason why you're afraid, you're building the plan, is because of that security factor. And I understand we need to pay our bills and be fed and take care of the things. But if your true calling is to do entrepreneurship, that requires you to bet on yourself, to take risks, and to really have, more than anything, full conviction in your dream. And you can't do that when you are scattered all over the place, coming up with all these different plans. And that's precious energy that your heart needs to build the thing that you want to see exist in the world. I want to hold your hand when I say this and just say, kill the plan B and the plan C and the D and the E and all of it. You have to kill it and have a little funeral for it. There is an attachment to the comfort of those plans and the backup plans. Plan A needs you right now. Plan A needs just an honest shot, an honest chance to survive. It just needs one honest try, and maybe 2 or 3 if you have it in you. But it needs an honest shot, not a half-ass shot or your whatever crumbs that you have after you've planned all of the backups. It needs your full attention, your full being, your full force of creativity and life energy. It needs that. And I think you deserve to go all in on plan A right now in this moment. Again, if you come to a situation where your back's against the wall and you need to take care of business and life business, then you do what you have to do. But do not make that pursuit of money and pursuit of sustaining your life and your bills the backup plan. Because that's also another thing I see, is that people are like, well, I'm just going to do this to make money and then I'll come back to this later. You can make money in other ways. Just see it as a means to make money and see it as a means to make revenue to sustain yourself. For me, once I got laid off, I really didn't have any runway. And I was really struggling to think of okay, I guess I have to, freelance as a copywriter. I was just thinking about online things I can do to help sustain myself. And a friend of mine is a florist, and she has this incredible floral company that she started 5 years ago. And I have absolutely zero experience and skill in floristry. I just know I have a really good eye for beauty, for color, and for composition and putting things together. And I also just love florals more than anything. And so I mentioned to her a few months after I got laid off, I was like, hey, I know you're doing this as a solo show, but if you need help and hands at your business and you're ready to grow a team, hire me and I will show up. I will take care of business. I will care about your business. just as much as you, and I will work really hard. And she like hired me like, I think a week later. She was like, yeah, I do need help. Like, and she taught me how to do floral design, and it just turned into this whole side business thing. And I'm sharing this because it was a really beautiful moment of, you don't always have to use the obvious skills that you have to make money and to sustain yourself while you're building your dream. Be creative, like look around you, see what other people are building and see how you can help them. And a deep belief that I have that has been passed down from my meditation teacher is, when you want something, help someone else get it. If I want to be successful in entrepreneurship, for me, the low-hanging fruit was seeing my friend build a successful, profitable business on her own and wanting to be in close proximity, wanting, of course, to help her and learn a skill that I find very useful. But a huge part of me was like, I'm going to help my friend build a profitable business. And there were so many times where I was able to help her in her business and help her really like put her vision together and like just inject as much positivity and abundance in her business as I could. And that is contagious. That rubs off on me as well. And the reason why I share this is because there were also, this was a while back, but like 6 or maybe 8 months ago, I remember like working on her business a lot. Like there were certain weeks where we were doing a lot of weddings and a lot of events, and I started thinking like, oh, I should start a floral business because like I can do this. Like now I have the skills, and maybe this is my path. And so I say that to say like that wasn't my path. It took me another couple months to undo that, but I bought the website and like the domain to like, I started branding all of this stuff of like, if I build my own floral business, what would it look like? And I say that because when we see those means of making money and supporting ourselves through our entrepreneurship journey, it is very easy to get distracted and fall off track and fall off the path and over kind of invest in those ideas. And so as I was spending more and more hours helping build her business, I started thinking, oh, well, maybe this path is actually the one for me. But it wasn't my path. And so when you need to make money to sustain yourself while you're figuring things out or while you're building and starting your business, these moments and these plans are different than making money. Like you have to separate the two. Make your money, like take care of yourself, like make sure you're in a place of basic safety, of course, and security, and that you're able to take care of yourself and your home and the things that are important to you. But do not allow that to turn into an identity. And it so quickly becomes that. And so I'm going to go back to what I said earlier and hold your hand and say, you have to kill plan B, C, all the way through Z. Focus on what it is your heart is calling you to do. Now is the time, not a year from now, not when you have it figured out, not when you have a certain amount in the bank account. Now is the time. The world more than ever needs people to tap into their light and shine as bright as possible. And I don't have all the answers. I haven't figured it out perfectly, but I know so strongly in my bones, in my marrow, in my cellular structure, I know that feeling when you have something calling inside of you so strongly. And when you get this little window of opportunity, it feels like this one-shot thing, like, oh my God, I have to figure this out or everything's going to explode and I'm going to lose my chance, the window's going to close, and life doesn't work that way. Your path will always be your path, and it might look different. 20 years from now, I might decide to open a flower shop. And if that's true and aligned with me, then that's okay too. So I want to remind you that whatever you choose to build doesn't have to be your identity, doesn't have to be your full legacy or what you do for this whole lifetime. It's what you do right now. Follow the breadcrumbs of the things that light you up right now. Use this opportunity and this time, which is a gift. It is a gift that has been given to you. Use this time to help cultivate that inner voice and get that voice to be stronger and louder and more clear and clear until you can hear exactly what it is that you want to do. I'm still figuring it out. I know that my inner intuition is telling me to use my voice, to be vulnerable, to share my journey, and to help inspire other people. And I'm still working behind the scenes. It's like an iceberg. My friend and I were talking about this. The same friend who I was like giving this really intense pep talk to. I was like, you need to go all in on plan A, like plan A or nothing. And she was just like, okay. But we were talking about this iceberg and how, so many of us are obsessed with kind of like what our perception or what we're projecting onto the world. But so much of this work is happening, like 90% of it is happening inside and within you, and people can't see that. It's really sometimes hard because you don't like think that anything is moving, but things are moving. And I just want to remind you, now is the time. Like, now is the time to believe in your dream and to create the thing that your heart is itching for. It wants so badly to be expressed. Now is the time. And I love, after I got off the call, this happened yesterday, and I gave my friend this like angry, fiery pep talk and told her, no, stop coming up with a backup plan. Give yourself the chance to like really go all in and see what happens. Just see what happens. Give yourself the chance. Afterwards, like an hour later, she texted the friend group chat and showed like a screenshot of an email of an opportunity starting to like form and build. And she wrote like, this is what happens when you have no plan B, I guess. And it's true. It is so true. Like the moment I truly decided, and like you can't fake this shit, but like when you really decide, like in your heart, you don't even have to declare it out loud, but when you declare it inside of you with full conviction, like I'm gonna give my dream everything I've got. I believe in it so blindly and so solidly, even though I have no proof, even though I can't see the outcome, even though I can't show any evidence of it working for me. I believe that it is working. It is happening right now in this moment. That's what I want you to do. Take this opportunity and don't waste it on a million iterations of your backup plans. Take this opportunity, make it count. Make this window of time count. Life is too short for us to always default to the backup plan. There's only plan A. There is only plan A from now on. Period.